What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Horseshoe. My name is Matt, and happy Easter to everybody watching this video. Whether you're with your family, your friends, by yourself, however you celebrate, I hope you have a great Easter. And if you're watching this after Easter, I hope you had a great Easter. So, should the Colts draft Desmond Ridder? We're going to get into that in just a minute. But before I do that, if you're new or if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate if you would click that subscribe button. Also, click the bell icon. That way you're notified whenever I upload a video or when I go live. If you like this video, smack that like button. Let me know your thoughts down below. Should the Colts draft Desmond Ridder or no? Let me know in the comments. And if you have a Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter at horseshoe_pod. There's a link in the description down below. So the Colts went to Cincinnati and watched a workout. They had guys like Desmond Ridder, Alec Pierce, a bunch of other players there. And a lot of Colts fans think that the Colts, they're not focusing on Desmond Ridder. They're looking at other guys like Alec Pierce. However, I do think the Colts at least kept an eye on Desmond Ridder. I think they definitely watched him, kept an eye on him, just seeing what he's doing because they know you eventually got to get that guy. You eventually got to get your starting quarterback because you can't keep doing the same thing we've been doing the past 5 years where one year we have one quarterback and then the next year a completely different quarterback and so on and so forth. You eventually got to get your guy that's going to be here for a decade or longer. And look, I think Desmond Ridder is a good quarterback, and depending on where he's drafted, I think he can be that guy that franchises are looking for every single year, where he can lead your team for a decade or longer. I think good spots for Desmond Ridder, personally, would be teams like Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Indianapolis. Teams that have older quarterbacks that have been there, done that, vets that can teach Desmond Ridder some things while Desmond Ridder does develop. So I think Indianapolis, Green Bay, and Tampa would be good locations for him. So with that being said, would I draft Desmond Ridder? Like I said, you have to find your franchise quarterback eventually. You can't continue to have a different quarterback each and every single year. You can't continue that. You have to find that guy that's going to be here for the long run. So with that being said, no, I wouldn't draft Desmond Ridder. Honestly, I'm focusing on quarterback next year, and I'm going receiver this year, while Matt Ryan isn't going to be here forever. I think if you can give him some weapons, with how good this defense is, I believe the Colts can compete in the AFC, personally. Yes, you have to find that guy eventually. You have to. But you can do that next year, because Matt Ryan's going to be here next year as well. So you can get that guy next year, have him learn under Matt Ryan for a year, and then you can go with that guy. I understand some people thinking that you have to draft a quarterback this year, especially if you see a guy that you like that's available at 42. I understand at that point why someone believes that you need to draft the guy this year. Me personally, I'm doing it next year. Yes, I think Indianapolis would be a really good spot for Desmond Ridder because, he gets to learn behind Matt Ryan. I think that's a really good teacher to have. So I think Indy would be great, but me personally, I'm not drafting Desmond Ridder. But of course, it's not my opinion that matters. At the end of the day, the one that truly matters is Chris Ballard's. And would Chris Ballard draft Desmond Ridder? If Desmond Ridder is available at 42, I think he would. I think Chris Ballard would draft Desmond Ridder because he knows that we have to get the guy eventually. He knows that. He knows that we can't continue to do what we've been doing for the past 5 years. He knows that we have to get our guy soon. And I think he would draft Desmond Ridder because Desmond Ridder, to me, feels like a Colt. You know what I mean? He feels like somebody Chris Ballard looks for in a quarterback. He's a great leader. He's got a good arm, pretty accurate. He's got good mobility. You know, he's what I think Chris Ballard is looking for in a quarterback. And I think what also makes Chris Ballard intrigued with Desmond Ridder was the fact that Desmond Ridder led Cincinnati to the college football playoff this past season. Who would have thought 2 years ago Cincinnati was going to the college football playoff? They're not that big of a team. They're in a smaller conference. Nobody really would have thought that, right? But Desmond Ridder was able to do that. And then the year prior, they almost get to the playoff. So Desmond Ridder, against good competition, has played well. He's led his team to the playoff. I think that makes Chris Ballard very intrigued. So with all that being said, yes, I think Chris Ballard would definitely consider drafting Desmond Ridder. For sure. Even over a receiver. Even over a tight end or left tackle. I think he would consider drafting Desmond Ridder. I don't think Desmond Ridder is going to be available at 42. But don't be surprised if they draft Desmond Ridder in the second round and then draft a receiver in the third round. Do not be surprised with that. But that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new or if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate if you would click that subscribe button. Also click the bell icon. That way you're notified whenever I upload a video or when I go live. If you like this video, smack the like button. Let me know your thoughts down below. Would you draft Desmond Ridder or no? Let me know in the comments. And also, if you have a Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter at horseshoe_pod. There's a link in the description down below. So thank you everybody for watching. I've been Matt. Happy Easter, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you watch one of these other two videos. They're cool. Also, if you're new, please click the subscribe button as well as the bell icon. I greatly appreciate your support.